Well, hello boys and girls. How y'all doing today? We are rolling over here. Building monoliths, doing all kinds of good stuff. Fun. All right, I've been talking about, telling you that I was going to do a video on insulin resistance. I kind of got ready for that and did a kind of a mock-up video yesterday. Man, that was overwhelming. I have come to the conclusion that this is going to be more than one video. So today what I want to do is I just want to tell you a little bit about insulin resistance. I want to tell you how I look at it, how I see it, so that maybe you will understand what it is. And we'll see where that drifts off. Insulin resistance. Okay, if you're a pre-diabetic or if you're just a full-blown diabetic, then you are insulin resistant. If you're a type 1 diabetic, that's completely different. So you can kind of ignore this. I'm really talking to the pre-diabetics and diabetics. Now, a lot of you are going to immediately ignore this video, and I need you to pay attention for just a second, okay? If you have checked your A1C and it's under 6, and the doctor said, good job, I want you to give me a minute. Because that may be true, and that may be bullcrap, okay? Because this is what happens. A lot of times we will go, we'll be a good person, we'll do blood work yearly like we're supposed to. They'll do our A1C and it'll come back a 5, 6, and okay. Then the next year it's a 5, 7, or 8. Well, that's fine. That's fine. And the next year it's a 5, 9. Nope, you're still good. Still good, boys and girls. You're inside the range. Well, that's bullcrap. That's a lie. Because what's happening is you are overloading your system in such a way that it's beginning to bite back. It's getting harder and harder for your system to keep up. So what that really means is you're dumping all this garbage into your system, and your system is dealing with it. Now, how do I see that? I see a cell with all these insulin receptors on it. I see them like little soldiers, and they're there to protect it, and the insulin comes along and forces a little bit of sugar, a little bit of this, a little bit of that into the cell, and everything's fine. But now after a while, they've received so much bombardment from these insulin cells this insulin. There's so much of it in your system that they become overwhelmed. And now I see them still like soldiers, but like the 300. And I mean, they throw their shields up into the air, and they're trying to protect themselves from all of this. They're getting tired. And so our insulin resistance goes up, our blood sugar goes up, and so our body dumps more insulin, and more insulin, and more insulin, trying to overwhelm your system to where it can get rid of this blood sugar. Well, eventually you're diagnosed as a pre-diabetic, and then maybe a diabetic. Well, what happens then is they're going to try to get you on a metformin, which what metformin is going to do is it's going to lower the resistance. So it's going to force your body to lower your resistance to insulin so that it can force more sugar into the cell, just as an easy example. But now what that's going to do is that's going to cause damage in other places. It's damaged my kidneys a lot. When I first was diagnosed, they put me on metformin, and I was like, okay, whatever you say. So I started taking that.
had kidney issues, so they put me on a blood pressure medicine, which protected my kidneys. But now my blood pressure's messed up, and my blood pressure's always spot on. Well, now they got to put me on blood measure. Well, before this is all said and done, I'm on 5 different medications daily, and I get pissed. And I really mean that. I was mad. This is bullcrap. I'm having kidney issues. Kidneys are always sore. What is the stinking problem? I do a little bit of research, and I think to myself, well, I'm a diabetic, right? I'm insulin deficient. So I throw all that garbage in the trash, and I walk in my doctor's office, and I just tell him, I've thrown all your garbage in the trash. All them pills is gone. And I'm a diabetic. I need a slow acting and a long acting insulin so that I can balance my system out. He said, well, alrighty then. And he gives me that. What the man should have said was, now David, before we do that, let's take a fasted insulin reading on you, see peptide test, and let's make sure your pancreas is working right. Let's see if the right amount of insulin is in your system, which, by the way, we just did, and mine is. And when that come back, he should have said, Dave, we're not going to do that. Your body's producing plenty of insulin. All of that is just fine. You just eat like crap. Your diet sucks, and you're either going to fix it, or we're going to start cutting stuff off of you until you die. That would have got me. That would have woke me right up. Instead of, hey, we're just going to fill you full of pills, injections, until your body finally falls apart, and we cut off pieces, and you die. Well, you see what? Here's the issue we run into. Our doctors today are no longer healers. They're drug dealers. They're no longer fixers. They're prescription writers. That's one of the reasons why I am so thankful for Jessica, for my nurse practitioner. She's not just a pill pusher. Matter of fact, she doesn't push pills at all. She's really going to swing the other way. We've talked about diet since day one. I'm so thankful my wife pushed me to go talk to her, because I was just done with doctors. But that being said, you know, like I said, I'm thankful for her. I'm thankful for the direction we pushed at. But they are going to push you in that direction. So it's really important that you understand what is going on, that you understand the way that this process is going to work. Okay? If you are a pre-diabetic, or if your insulin levels are going up, if your blood sugar, over time is beginning to creep up, even if it's in the right range, okay, it's time to pay attention. It's time to get this system in place to where you can get this under control. I mean, I give myself on a regular basis, before I did what I've done, 5-6 shots a day. You dig that? Trust me, you don't. Oh, Dave, that's no big deal. Well, no, it really wasn't a big deal. I can tell you, after a few years of that, it sucks. Everything about it sucks. But taking pills all the time, that sucks too. So why don't we just eat right, be healthy, and go on? So anyway, that's where it is. That's what insulin resistance is. That's where this whole thing started. Now, there's lots of things we can try to do to get that under control. We've made modifications over here to get mine to start coming around, to try to get my insulin receptors to where they will be more receptive to the insulin that my body already produces. Now, to do that, I've got to lower the insulin that I'm taking. I've got to stop overwhelming my system. And so, unfortunately, my blood sugar is back up. And it's probably going to be back up for a while.
I've lowered it back down to 12 IUs twice a day for my long-lasting, my short-acting, or my fast-acting, insulin. I've just completely stopped it, not doing nothing. So now my blood sugar is back up over 200 pretty steadily. Been that way now for close to a week. I've been trying to deal with it mentally. It was actually pretty hard to do that because I was getting days where I was under 100 with just a little bit more insulin than what I'm taking now. So, but that's a pill I got to swallow because I'm not interested in being okay. To be honest with you, I'm not really interested in my A1C being good. I am interested in running normal levels of insulin. I want to run low levels of insulin. And I want to make some changes that will make some long-lasting difference in my life. So that's kind of where we stand right now. So if you've got questions about this right here, I need you to ask them. Because all of the things that I'm going to talk about past this point, they hinge on you understanding really what insulin insensitivity is, okay? Not being sensitive to the insulin that we have. So that's where we're at. Listen, guys, if you like the video, like the video. If you're not subscribed, especially if you're trying to support me, if you want to help me, you've got to subscribe to the channel. That's the only way that YouTube will push this along. Help me if you can. Guys, I love you. Man, I hope you guys are having a good day. It's a good day in Arkansas. It's raining. Talk to you later.